The Texas coast is special to me, and my family has made countless memories there. This spring, it's time for you to do the same in Port Aransas. It's a place where family traditions naturally unfold, and you'll find beauty in the island views while taking time to relax between adventures. Just one visit, and you'll see why generations of Texans have anchored their traditions to the island life. Start your new favorite family tradition in Port Aransas, Texas. Plan your visit to Houston's beach at visitportaransas.com. This summer, let the fun begin at the Village School. Their summer camp is designed specifically for rising PK3 through 8th graders. Their camp offers themed weeks like arts, sports, STEAM learning, and more. And parents, they have flexible hours with early drop-off and late pickups because they know you're not on summer vacation. Lunch is included daily, so all your child needs to do is bring their excitement. Don't let summer slip away. Join the fun and make new friends today. Learn more at thevillageschool.com/summer. Today on CityCast Houston, imagine this. You wake up tomorrow as a billionaire. What would you do in your city? The CityCast Houston team is joining me to share their ideas. It's Thursday, March 20th. I'm Raheel Ramzanali, and here's what Houston's talking about. All right, guys, the concept is simple. If you had $1 billion like others in the city, I'm thinking Tilman Fertitta, Richard Kinder of the Kinder Foundation, and Kinder Morgan, John and Laura Arnolds, you are now in their ranks, all right? What would you do for your city? We're going to talk about that. There are so many different projects, but first, I've got executive producer Laura Isensee with me. Laura, if you were a billionaire, what's one thing you would splurge on first, like a personal thing?
Okay, first thing on the list, pay off the mortgage. Just get rid of that monthly payment. One lump sum is going to feel so good. Yeah, that's number one.
Okay, that's number one. Are you going to pay other people's mortgages off as well, like family members? Because that's my dream is, of course, I want to pay mine off.
Oh, wow.
But then I can be like, hey, everyone, guess what? You're all clear.
You're all clear. That's a really a good idea. I hadn't thought of that. I would maybe do a college fund for all my nieces and nephews, so they could not worry about college
Nice.
and feel set up there. But yeah, I think I would just look at my bank account and just go cha-ching. I feel good.
It feels so good. I also have Hey Houston newsletter editor Brooke Lewis. Brooke, you wake up as a billionaire. What's the first thing you're splurging on?
Okay, can I do a fun one and a serious one? So on the fun side, I would love to have unlimited access to all my favorite Tex-Mex restaurants in Houston. And yes, I would invite all the people who also want to come. But if I could just have VIP access, that would be so cool.
That would be fun.
But the serious one, thinking about Laura, I'm yes, I want to get rid of my student loan debt and I want to buy a house. So that would be number one.
Okay.
It would be so satisfying to be bye-bye student loan debt. And hello, homeowner in Houston at a really nice neighborhood in the loop that I want. So,
and is that Montrose? Are you staying in Montrose?
Probably.
Montrose, for sure. You can't get Brooke out of Montrose, especially with money now. Come on, she's a billionaire. She can buy all of Montrose if she wants. That's so cool. Here's what I would do. I am going to build an aquarium in Richmond, Texas, y'all. I know this is so out of left field, but every time I go to Atlanta, they have the Georgia Aquarium there, and it is phenomenal. It's one of the most packed things every time I go there. They've got whale sharks. You can actually scuba dive with the whale sharks. I've done that before. They've got all these exhibits, and here's the best part, y'all. It's inside. There's AC, so you can escape the heat, be with animals. It is so cool, and it only costs, are you ready for this? It only cost $290 million to build, so it's not that expensive in the grand scheme of $1 billion.
Yeah, but Raheel, we have an aquarium in downtown.
Yeah,
why do we need a new aquarium?
We need it in Richmond, and we need a bigger one. Downtown Aquarium's cool, and Tilman Fertitta has done a good job with that. It's a restaurant/aquarium. This one is totally different. It's so much bigger. It is an all-day experience. And I'm going to put it in Richmond, Texas, because there's more room out here. All right. I can't put it in Houston. It's going to cost too much to find land. It's a little bit cheaper out here.
This is just Raheel's way of avoiding getting on 59. Like, he just doesn't want to get on 59 to come downtown to the downtown aquarium.
Y'all
like, this is just convenient for him.
Okay, so this is going to be a fun chat, but at the same time, there are a lot of things about the city that we love, but there are a lot of things that we can improve on, right? So we're going to focus on certain aspects of the city. And Laura, I want to kick things off with you because your project with your $1 billion could really take Houston to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard to think of, if I have $1 billion, what am I investing in Houston? How am I helping Houston? Because the very first thing that I wanted to do was spend the whole big chunk, $1 billion, on saving the Astrodome and making it something for posterity. But you know what? We're going to just save that for a podcast for another day.
Yes.
Because you and I would argue about this for the next 35 minutes.
I know you have different feelings. So we're going to just put the Astrodome aside. And what I want to do with my $1 billion is I'm going to go all in on the arts. And there's 3 ways I'm going to do this. First off, a big chunk of the money, like about $200 million, I'm going to hire an arts and a music teacher in every single public school in all the big school districts. So HISD, Montgomery public schools, like the Woodlands, Conroe. I'm coming to you, Raheel, in Fort Bend. Also Sci-Fair. So every single school is going to get an arts teacher and a music teacher. They're going to have money for supplies. So every kid can benefit from the arts. You don't have to go to a fancy private school. You don't have to go to a special magnet school to learn music, to enjoy the arts. And I think this is going to be laying the foundation for all of Houston to level up as this creative center, right? We're the energy capital of the world. And I don't see why we can't be the creative capital of the world.
I like that so much.
We're going to be stimulating creativity. The arts and education also helps students with, learning to read and also math and science. There's all these like cross-pollination that happens, but we're not going to just keep it in schools, because what I'm going to do with another big chunk of my money is I'm going to build this state-of-the-art performing arts center. I don't know the location yet. Maybe we can debate that. But it's going to be this like fantastic design. We'll get a world-class architect. Maybe we'll do a retractable roof like former Minute Maid Park, Dyken Park.
Hold on. Retractable roof? Why a retractable roof?
Because sometimes we have nice weather in Houston and you want like an outdoor concert, but then it gets hot and you want an indoor show. So this is going to be like the Broadway of the Gulf. And then with the rest of the money, so like half of the chunk, like $500 million, I'm creating an endowment. It's going to be like the Houston Endowment for the Arts. And we're going to be using money from the endowment every year to put on shows. And we're going to commission shows from local artists. It's going to be dance. It's going to be theater. It's going to be music. It's going to be experimental. And it's going to be all about Houston, all about creativity. Some are going to be small shows that are at the Performing Arts Center and then go out to the community. And then we're going to have big marquee shows. It's going to blow everybody's minds. And I think there's so many benefits. So this is my idea.
I think your idea would push Houston across the finish line, because let's zoom out for a second. I feel like we have a good art scene right now where you have some great areas, right? Like in downtown, you've got the Wortham. Then you zoom out, you've got stages in Montrose. And then you've got so many different creative alliances that are there. But it just seems like this thing would just bring everything together and inspire the youth as well. Because I'm with you. When I think of creative cities, the first one that comes to mind is New York City. And, I don't have the data on this, but you look at some of their schools and it seems like they're all very creative driven schools. And that's where that spark, that creativity is finding inspiration in these kids. And it just takes them to the next level, and the city benefits then.
I love the name Broadway of the Gulf, because I think I've been able to go to a lot more shows as newsletter editor of CityCast Houston. I just love the theater scene. And I just think it doesn't get as much national recognition as it should. So something about Broadway of the Gulf, I'm like, someone needs to steal that because that would be so awesome. And I would love to go to a show in this retractable roof.
Yeah, I'm like, why not? But, we have so much talent that's come out of Houston. You think of Beyonce, movie director Wes Anderson, dancer, actor Patrick Swayze. Like, we have so much talent, and we do have this amazing arts industry. I mean, we have the biggest arts industry in all of Texas. When you think about the economic impact, the number of jobs it creates, like already we have about 20,000 jobs in Houston that are in the arts. But I think we can level up, and not everybody has access to go downtown. I mean, I love going to the alley. I love going to the ballet. The arts has made such an impact in my life. So even if you're not a professional creator, we all benefit from the arts. And the last thing that I'll say about my idea, that beyond the economic impact, I think there's something about the arts and creativity that would just create a sense of community and belonging, that we are all part of this. We are all together. And I just, oh my gosh, I'm getting like goosebumps thinking about this. Can someone just like give me $1 billion so I can do this?
Seriously, let's fund this right now. I'm with you. That sounds like a great thing. And I love that it's coming from your personal experiences. And a lot of these ideas that we're going to generate are coming from personal experiences. For example, Brooke, you are very, very, very into books, and you love the services that are provided by the city. And I was looking at some of your project ideas. Like, I was looking at it like I was the investor, by the way, like, ooh, okay, I'll fund this right now. And I love some of yours. So tell listeners about your services that you want to provide for people in the city.
Yeah, I would say the categories it falls under are books, bikes, and helping families in need. And books and bikes, you guys, I love both. So for books, libraries. I mean, we keep seeing headlines about libraries all over the news. And we also just see unfortunate news about libraries closing in school districts. And kids really need access to quality libraries and books. I mean, one of my favorite activities as a kid was going to the library. I loved going to the library at my school and also the one in my neighborhood. So part of the billion, I would use $200 million to refurbish and renovate all Houston public libraries across the city. Also hire more library staff because I know they need more, and then raise salaries of the current staff. And then add at least 20 libraries to neighborhoods in Houston that do not have access, whether maybe they already have a library, or it's kind of like it needs to be refurbished, or they don't have a library at all. So I think it would be something just really beneficial to all the students across Houston who really just want to have access to quality books.
I'm with you. That sounds great. I think that price is going to be a little bit higher, though, more than 200 million. So I'm going to just say, let's go to 400 million for that, because 20 new libraries is a lot, right?
I know.
That's a lot.
When I started adding that, I was like, adding the 20 libraries, I was like,
I got you. I'm working your number up to 400 million for this one. And it's worth every penny, by the way. I've been going to the library every single week now with my daughters. I take them on Wednesdays. It is just our little 1 hour escape to go around and look at books. But I'm glad you brought up staff. That is so important, right? Just having somebody there, walking them through, recommending things. Well, they do a lot of classes and projects as well. And that is where it's underfunded. Like, having more staff to do these things for the community is so important.
I just want to give a +1 to the libraries. Also, was a library kid. We went there after school on the weekends in the summer because we did not go on vacation. We did not go to camps. We went to the library. And I still have somewhere the card where I filled out all the books I read over the summer between 3rd grade and 4th grade that I'm like really proud of. And yes, we need more books and all the other programs that are held there, because it's not just about books. I mean, there's technology and 3D printers and podcast studios. So that would be amazing.
Bryan, Texas is the place to be. And with 3 fun festivals over the next 3 months, you have a lot of reasons to visit. Keep Keep the rodeo vibes going with the Big Barn Dance Music Festival from March 27th through the 29th, featuring some of the best songwriters and pickers in country, bluegrass, and Americana. You'll be dancing in your boots all weekend long. Then in April, it's a celebration of the blooming season with Messina Hops Wine and Roses Fest on April 26th. This family-friendly festival celebrates springtime and good wine. And then on May 17th, the Troubadour Festival is bringing the best of country music to life with chart-topping artists and award-winning Texas barbecue, all in one festival. And don't miss a special free concert to kick off your Troubadour Festival weekend on Friday, May 16th in historic downtown Bryan. Check out destinationbryan.com right now to plan your festival experience. Enjoying art during this perfect Houston spring weather is one of my favorite things to do living here, and you can do the same at the Bayou City Art Festival in downtown Houston, Saturday, March 29th through Sunday, March 30th. The Bayou City Art Festival is going to transform downtown Houston into a lively outdoor gallery and interactive art event as 250 different artists showcase their work. And if the art and weather aren't enough, there's going to be live entertainment stages, food trucks, a craft beer and wine garden, a VIP hospitality lounge, and more. They'll also have art to purchase for all price levels. I love taking in all of this creativity while my kids enjoy the interactive art activities, all with the downtown skyline as our backdrop. Online early bird tickets are just $18 for adults and $5 for children 5 to 12 years old. Get them at BayouCityArtFestival.com right now. That's BayouCityArtFestival.com. Trust me when I say this, you've never experienced anything like Meow Wolf before, and nothing I say is going to prepare you for just how incredible Meow Wolf radio tape is, but I'll try. You start by walking into a community radio station, and from there, ordinary objects take you into a mind-bending world where art, sound, and storytelling collide. I mean, over 60 local artists have helped create this experience, and there's truly nothing like it. The best part, Meow Wolf is fun for everyone, and it's why I recommend it to all of my friends and family, and now you. Plus, there's always something new and dynamic happening there, so you can make it a daytime adventure or an adult-only evening. Experience why I always leave Meow Wolf with a creative buzz and an appreciation for the out-of-the-ordinary by buying your tickets at meowwolf.com/visit/Houston. One final tip, don't look at pictures online of what Meow Wolf has in store. Just go in and be ready to have your frequency changed. What else do you have, Brooke?
Well, on to my other favorite thing, which is bikes and being outside in the outdoors. So we have beautiful parks in Houston. I think people come to Houston, they're like, there's no nature here, but there's nature. And if you go to Herman Memorial or Buffalo Bayou, you'll see that they've been doing renovations and transforming those parks for the last few years. And so I would use another 150 million. It might need to go up, you guys. You know, math is not my strong suit, but I would use that to upkeep and renovate Memorial Park, Herman Park, and Buffalo Bayou. We know that Memorial Park has just undergone some amazing renovations. The land bridge, I just love going and admiring that every time I go, and also to Eastern Glades. But it would be great to see more bike trails at Herman Park and Buffalo Bayou.
I don't know, Brooke. Is Mayor Whitmire going to be on your side for more bike lanes? I think you might have a roadblock.
I know, but look, I'm going to take it over the edge, guys, because I want to bring B-Cycle back. This may be controversial. I don't know, but it just made me sad to see that B-Cycle shut down last June. And I would use 150, maybe 200 million to bring back the B-Cycle program across Houston, because I thought it was so beneficial to be able to go to any park in Houston and know that if you didn't have a bike, you could just check one out. Yes, you would have to pay, but the cost really wasn't crazy to pay. And I miss seeing B-Cycle around the city. So I think we need to bring it back.
Yeah, and if you own it and you're not working with Metro, by the way,
yes.
The back and forth that happened with them, like you just straight up owning it, it could maybe work this time as a business model. But yeah, having the access to more bikes, right, at a nominal fee, and then being able to ride them through the parks and enjoy the city when we have great weather is fantastic. And even on hot summer nights, at night, you can still enjoy it. All right, you're going to sweat. It's not going to be fun sometimes, but you can still enjoy it. So I love this.
And there's a nice ring to Brooke's B-Cycle program, right?
Brooke's B-Cycle.
Brooke's B-Cycle program. I need another B there. Let's really finish out
Brooke's
the B.
B-Cycle bikes. I don't know. We have time, but I'm like, there's something to that.
You can hire a creative agency. You're a billionaire. They can do your work for you now.
Yeah, Brooke's B-Cycle. I'd ride. My only thing is, Brooke, is that if you do resurrect B-Cycle, maybe have like lighter weight bikes, because that was my only complaint. They were kind of heavy bikes. So if you're going for a longer distance, like it does get a little tiring. So maybe we could get like nice aluminum frame, fancy B-Cycle bikes, because you're a billionaire, so you can do that.
Throw another $25 million in for new bikes. Why not? You have the money. It's just sitting there. You might as well.
Right.
Anything else, Brooke?
Yeah, I think my last thing is going to be kind of taking off of what the University of Texas did. We have a lot of UT alums in CityCast, and they made tuition free for students whose parents have a combined income of $100,000 or less. And I think it would be great for the city of Houston to follow this and make their own scholarship fund for minority students who fall under this category. So if your parents have a combined income or your household has a combined income of $100,000 or less, you would qualify for this fund. And it would provide full ride scholarships to students who attend public or private colleges in Texas. The students would have to have attended at least all 4 years at a Houston high school and have a B average in all their classes. But think about how much access this would give students to college, especially those who really need it. And I mean, man, like I would have loved something like this when I was in high school.
Yeah, it's so big. I'll just give you personal stories. You know, I mentor a lot of kids, especially immigrant kids who are first generation immigrants or just first generation Americans. And so many of them decide not to go to a big university like Texas A&M, Baylor, UT, all of them, right? Mm-hmm. Because their families can't afford it and they just don't have the money. So they opt for a financial decision of maybe going to a local college like Wharton or Houston Community College, which, by the way, they're great, but they have to make these tough financial decisions. So this could help a lot of people. I think a fund like this would be game changing.
Yeah, huge, huge. You know, Brooke, I think this is an amazing idea. And I think more and more colleges that can financially handle it, like the University of Texas and the Harvards and the Rice universities do it. But, you know, we need more access. And again, like going back to my idea with the arts, we have so much talent in Houston. And there's so many students who are getting to college, but aren't making it through, oftentimes for financial reasons. And so, yeah, highly endorse this. Now, what about you, Raheel? Where are you putting your $1 billion? So far, we got the arts, we got books, B-Cycle, and scholarships. Where are you investing in Houston?
And an aquarium in Richmond, Texas.
Oh, right. I forgot.
Yeah. Come on. Can't forget my big aquarium, the Texas Aquarium.
How did I forget scuba diving with the whale sharks?
Yeah, like that was my fun one. But my $1 billion is going to be spent a lot on immigration services and immigrants here in the city of Houston, because I am an immigrant. I came here in 1990 with my family, and I consider myself a Houston kid, even though I was born in Karachi. And I benefited from so many services here in the city of Houston, city of Sugar Land, and surrounding areas. The one that I want to start with is similar to Brooke's. I want to start a scholarships fund for undocumented students who want to attend college or technical schools. Now, I benefited from scholarships and grants, but not every student has access to these grants, especially if they don't have a green card. I was lucky to have a green card when I was in college, and I benefited from that. But I'm putting $200 million aside for this scholarship fund for students who are undocumented, right? And they need this money, and this would be a game changer for them. So that's my first one.
Okay. Scholarship fund, which, you know, a lot of these scholarships for, you know, students of color, immigrants, they're being banned left and right. So I know there's even more need. What else you got, Raheel?
Okay, the next part of this is with this immigration crackdown that is coming from this Trump administration right now, there are a lot of federal dollars being taken away from important organizations that are providing services to undocumented migrants, immigrants, and I want to fund those. Okay, I want to get that money back in. So there is enough services out there for that legal side of things, right? Filling out those forms, getting the pathway to citizenship. So I'm putting $200 million towards local organizations that are helping out undocumented migrants, immigrants, and anybody else that needs services to become a citizen.
Like asylum seekers too, who've been like cut off from like resettlement aid. Is that part of your investment?
Absolutely. Anybody that needs help, we are going to give them money. I will run out of money, but I will go down fighting for this because again, it helped me and my family. So I want those families that are in need right now that need this money to be able to get it done, right? And become a part of our community. So whatever it takes, yes, anybody, whatever category, I got you.
No, that's amazing because I think there's been just like that lack there for the refugee community and resources that they really need. And so, I mean, Raheel has the money to spend and he's going to help these communities in need. So,
and when I run out, I've been calculating y'all's money. All right. Y'all have a couple $100 million left. So I might come to you to fund the rest of my program.
Raheel's been auditing us as we go on.
I'm keeping track.
Wait, so how much are you up to, Raheel? You got $200 million for scholarships, and then how much for the immigration services?
$200 million for that. So total $400 million, and then my aquarium. All right, that cost. I'm putting $300 million aside for that.
You put more on the aquarium.
Wow.
Okay,
yeah, it's a business. The aquarium's going to help fund other programs too.
Okay, so you're up to 2, 2, 3, so 4, 700. So you got $300 million left. What else are you doing?
Okay, my next $25 million, I'm paying off any unpaid lunch debt across school districts in our area. Now, HISD, kudos to them. They already offer free lunch, so there's none over there. But maybe I'll fund a little bit more for them, if they need the money. But Conroe ISD has about $550,000 that is unpaid, right? Students who just can't pay back the lunch money. Fort Bend ISD at one time had $38,000. So I'm going to allocate $1 million to paying everything off, and then I'm going to do $25 million to fund free lunches for any students that need it. I don't care, how much your parents make, whatever. Okay, if you need a free lunch, you get the free lunch because I benefited from free lunch, and I'm also going to make a cool looking credit card that just looks cool, so it doesn't look like it's free lunch. Because I remember being so embarrassed, like giving my lunch number, and sometimes I would say, "Hey, you're on a free lunch program." So I want to take that little. I'm going to take that away. As well. Yeah, something cool.
Would you put your face on the card like Raheel's platter?
Absolutely not. Do y'all remember y'all's favorite school lunch, by the way?
Oh, man. I feel like I just love pizza day.
I always had to make my lunch. And, I grew up in a big family. So like starting in second grade, I had to make my own lunch.
Oh, wow.
But sometimes I would like put in a lot of extra like chocolate chips. So yeah, but I would have loved a hot lunch. Like it was always just, a cold sandwich and celery sticks and maybe a little cookie or something. So yeah, I would have actually really liked a hot lunch.
Yeah, and that's why I want to do that, right? And like any kid who wants it, you get the hot lunch. You get to enjoy it as well, right? I don't care how much your family makes. Like, I just want you to enjoy it, worry about one less thing while you're in school so you can focus on school and focus on the arts program that Laura has put together for us as well, right?
And the libraries.
Yeah, and the libraries, right?
And you're going to be able to ride bikes.
And then we're all good. Like, we are taking care of the future. One last thing I do want to throw out there. I was at Emancipation Park for Jazzy Sundays a few weeks back, and the new Emancipation Center that is right next to the park was so beautiful. It's this huge community center that was part of their rebuild and also the beautification projects. And I want to put a huge community center in A-Leaf, where I grew up, on Willcrest and 59, next to Tradewinds Apartments. I know there is that huge A-Leaf community center already in the A-Leaf area, but that's a little far from this one. And the other thing, we've seen the benefits of that community center. They have so many resources. So, there are a lot of immigrants in that area. And I want this place to be a place for kids, senior citizens, adults, come in, learn, get better at things, play sports, all in one area in that part of A-Leaf. And I'm going to set about $50 million aside for this. And I'm going to build 3 more across other areas in the city, 2BD. We're going to put together a research and figure out where. But yeah, I really want to build these community centers. And that's something that I want to do, even if I didn't have $1 billion, because they're so beneficial.
I think that's like the core of so much of all these ideas is community, right? Like, Houston is an amazing city. It's not perfect. We have some issues, we have some struggles, but we're so big and we're so sprawled out. We need these spaces to bring us together and to like come together and learn and celebrate and play. And I don't know, like I love this. It's like $1 billion for community.
Yes. And I feel like it also really celebrates Houston's diversity and just like how our diversity really just makes our city what it is and us really reaching back and giving to all those communities. So I love that we had different ideas, but there was a similar theme going on.
Definitely. Community. And if you're a billionaire listening and you want to fund any of these ideas, projects, reach out to us. Our contact info is in the show notes. And also send us your ideas. Like, how would you spend $1 billion to improve your city? Send us a message with the contact info in our show notes. You can also DM us on Instagram at CityCastHouston. And we always look at those. So please get in touch with us. And we'll also read these on a future episode as well, because we want to hear from you. Brooke, Laura, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That was executive producer Laura Isensee and Hey Houston newsletter editor Brooke Lewis, which, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to Hey Houston yet, what are you doing? Come on, do it right now, because Brooke has tons of great events, news, and moments of joy for you every single day. Also, please subscribe to the podcast if you're new here and help us grow the show by sharing this episode with 3 of your childhood friends that you sat with at lunch in middle school. Also, drop us a rating and review before you close your podcast app, because that helps us as well. Thank you. That will do it for today. I'm Raheel Ramzanali. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something new.
And you know what's so weird is like I think I could recall my lunch number right now.
Okay.
Like I think I remember it. I think I remember my lunch number. I think it was like 858-457. I don't know. I don't know why I remember it.
But I don't even remember my daughter's lunch number.
Oh my gosh.